So today I'm going to watch All We Imagine as Light by Payal Kapadia. As we all know, it got the Grand Prix at Cannes, the second highest prize at Cannes, and she has done India proud and the film schools of India proud. The two government film schools, which have a 3-year diploma in all the courses, namely direction, cinematography, editing, and sound design. So she has really done proud, especially the direction students. In these schools, the admission is extremely difficult. Uh, there are just 10 seats per year in each specialization, and two are reserved for foreign candidates, and two are, for the quota. So effectively, just 6 seats. So, in spite of people getting in there, and the direction pass outs seem to struggle over the years. The cinematographers and the sound technicians are absorbed in the industry, and many filmmakers learn filmmaking from their cinematography counterparts. But the direction students have been, many of them have struggled over the years. So, this is a proud moment for all direction students and film school, Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute, and Pune. She's from Pune, FTI. So both are like Bada Bhai, Chota Bhai. So it's a proud moment for film schools in India, the government film schools. So yeah, go Payal, go. And I'm going to watch the film today, and hopefully we'll be able to give you a review after one viewing. So yeah, let's hope for the best. So what is my reaction to the film? Interval point, just a reaction. It's realism to the T, but in between the doses of realism there is magic, there is beauty, and it cuts away sharply from realism and takes you into this magical world, which is quite beautiful. And let me just tell you one shot, one scene where the second character, Divya Prabha, the younger nurse, is established, and she's taking down some data. People are coming to her, and suddenly she goes into her own dream world where she uses a stethoscope and she listens to her heartbeat. And through sound design, beautiful sound design, and of course it's raining throughout the film in Bombay. It has been talked about, the rain in Bombay, incessant rain. So when that heartbeat mixes with the sound of the rain and the background score, the original score, and the visuals of people, taking out clothes and the blue sheets from the terrace. So that moment, that magical moment, just for that you can give her the Grand Prix at Cannes. So yeah, it's too reality is too depressing in the film. It's the story of these two nurses and the caterer at the hospital, Chaya Kadam. Story of these three people steeped in realism, but Payal Kapadia has also created a magical world around this realism through sound design, through visuals, through rain, and somehow she has managed to transcend realism. And now let's see, after the interval, the film is going to the Konkan coast. It's going out of Bombay. So let's see what happens. So I saw All We Imagine as Light. You can see lots of bright lights ahead. So it's a beautiful film, a wonderful film. It's not the India's entry for the Oscars as people would have thought, because it has already created so much buzz at Cannes. So maybe it would have had a chance, but it's not the film at Cannes. There's another film which is also close to my heart because I worked on that film for 2 years on the script. My ex best friend has the story credit, original story. Okay, so let's come back to All We Imagine as Light. Well, let me tell you the plot little bit. The plot is that there is this Prabha nurse, a senior nurse, and her husband has left her, and he has gone to Germany, and he is not in touch with her. So she is very helpful kind of a nurse, but she is very sad and lonely. Loneliness is a motive in big cities, as we all know it. And and the second nurse is Anu. She is full of life, full of joy de vivre, and she has a Muslim boyfriend called Shiaz, and she is a spendthrift. She spends a lot. She has to take the loan from Prabha for the month's rent. So, and of course, then there's Chaya Kadam, who's running a canteen in the nursing home, and she has been forced to evacuate her home by the builders. So these are the three women, and these are the three protagonists, and it's their story. The cinematography is very grainy, handheld, kind of very intimate kind of cinematography, and I don't think the budget of the film is very high. So it's a remarkable that how much can be achieved in a low budget, in a medium budget scenario. Of course, the Rupert Bals fund is there, and a lot of foreign funds are there, but I think many of the shots are cheated, and so so much impact can be created in a low budget, in a medium budget venture, which is remarkable. And of course, the background score is beautiful, just a piano theme and just a little bit of maybe additions in the end, but overall just a very minimalistic piano theme is there, and the acting is top notch, not a false stroke. And the film is in Malayalam with subtitles, and as you know, Malayalam films, as it is, regional films are doing so well. Plus this film is also in Malayalam, which says that cinema has no language. You know, Payal Kapadia is not Malayalam, but she directed this film, which shows you that cinema's language is not Hindi, English, Urdu, or any other. It is the mise-en-scene. It is how you take the shots. It is how you do the cutting. It is how you present everything. So that is what this film is all about. Another thing which adds to the realism is the nudity. When Anu is changing, the director is showing you her breasts. When Prabha is pissing in the jungle, she is pissing. But the only thing I didn't like about this film is the love-making scene. One love-making scene which they have, and that is a pretty raw. So no problem with being raw. So it is raw, and it is not aesthetic also. It's somewhere, it is not completely raw also, and it's not completely aesthetic also. So it's somewhere in the middle, which I didn't like that much. But apart from that, there are some lovely other scenes in the film. A lot of beautiful quirky scenes in the film, like when they are kissing, when they are smooching, the lovers in a empty parking lot or behind a soccer team, so it reminds you of your college days, and the chup chup ke milna wala feeling. So those scenes are quite remarkable. In the end, when they go to the coastal Konkan area, after the first half is in Bombay, and second, when they go to drop Chaya Kadam, who's finally leaving her home and she's going back to her village, over there Nurse Prabha saves a man who has drowned, and people think, the helper of the doctor thinks that he's her husband, and she goes along with that, and she imagines that he is her husband, and he is telling her that, okay, I won't leave you again. So that's open to interpretation, and that space, all we imagine as light, somehow we have this fleeting imaginations which take us into a beautiful space. And then finally, when they show them all in the coastal area in the hut, it's it's like a Goa feel, but of course it's not Goa. Goa is very commercial. So over there we cut to long shot, and there is music, and finally Prabha accepts the younger nurse's boyfriend. Finally she accepts him. Earlier she was a bit jealous of her, that she is having a boyfriend, but finally she accepts him, and all four of them are sitting in the in a hut, and music is going on. So life is made up of these beautiful moments, and these beautiful moments comprise life, and which take us to imaginary lands and imaginary spaces within us. So all in all, a wonderful, beautiful film, well deserving of the Grand Prix. And maybe if it would have been India's entry to the Oscars, maybe it would have had a chance, because it has got a very lunchbox feel, and it has already created so much of buzz. So all in all, I would like to say that All We Imagine as Light is a very realistic, gritty film. The atmosphere is realistic. It's not a realistic film in that sense, where they are buying fish, eating fish. But it's not a documentary. But the atmosphere is realistic, but poetic, I must say. The first shot of the film is it's raining, and there are blue sheets and the blue train, and she's wearing a blue sari, and she's immersed in the background of the blue. So it is real, but it is poetic, and then it manages to break through the clutter through our imagination, through their imagination, and find solace in themselves, in the light. All we imagine as light. In our own lights, we have to find solace in those moments which are full of light. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to Cinema Satsang, and support us through GPay, PayPal, PhonePe. We would be eternally grateful to you. Thank you.